Back again, guys. We were talking yesterday in our training symposium about a little demon muscle, a little hidden muscle that can kind of be overactive and essentially just like ruin the rhythmical pattern of muscle contraction around the shoulder girdle specifically, right? And that's this little devil here, your pec minor muscle, right? Your pectoralis minor. Okay, it's very, very different from the pec major in where it attaches, right? So as you see here, it attaches to the coracoid process of the shoulder blade, right? That little finger of protruding bone that comes forward off your shoulder blade right under your collarbone. Okay, so it's not attaching to the arm at all. It attaches to the shoulder blade and the rib, the third, fourth, fifth ribs, right? And it would pull the shoulder girdle forward. It would pull the shoulder blade in that kind of garage door sort of movement. And remember we talked about how there's a piece of the trap that's attached to the top of the front of the collarbone. And I think as we feel this tendency for tightening in here, right, then that piece of the trap's also getting pulled. But of course, we're getting all kinds of stuff on the back as well. So the feeling of being able to open, you can feel that coracoid process. Here's your shoulder bone, your arm bone, your shoulder blade, right? And then underneath it, if you push the scapula kind of forward into your finger, you can feel a little protuberance. It might be kind of tender because basically that pec minor wants to always pull us this way because that's life today, right? And it also attaches to the coracobrachialis, which goes down your arm. So it can play a role in messing with the way the bicep is on your arm, certainly the way the deltoids work, as we said, the way the traps work, everything. And it's way deep and it's tight on everybody. I often say, like when we first started teaching Pilates and doing Pilates back in the 80s and early 90s, people could do stomach massage arms back. They can't really do it anymore without kind of stressing the shoulder, if at all, because this thing in here is so tight on so many people. You know, obviously, for being always in this forward flexion and tightening in here. When you drive, when you type, when you write, everything. When you're cooking, all of it, right? So awareness of creating more space between the ribs and the shoulder blade itself, like having a sense that you could kind of pull your shoulder blade back and keep your ribs, right? And this plays a role in every exercise in Pilates, and every person has a tightness in there. So I kind of highly recommend a Pilates thing that you do where maybe you lie backwards over a big fit ball or over a roller and you just let your arms hang back and you open this up a little bit so that even in footwork, even in hundreds, even in short spine, even in coordination or all of the mat work, you actually start open instead of starting just a little bit tight and then trying to figure out how to get your shoulder blades together or something, right? So take a look at that muscle, feel it on yourself, take 5 minutes and lie backwards. You can even just take a towel, like a hand towel, roll it up the short way and put it under your thoracic spine and lie back on it and have your arms out to the side. And if you spend a minute or two, you will melt down through some tissue until you feel the tightness of that. I remember working with a painter once and it was crazy. His shoulder was like this. And he was like, why is my shoulder bothering me? And I was like, well, it's actually your pec minor, right? So a lot of times we think it's a shoulder problem, a shoulder joint, a shoulder bone problem, but it's really actually something a little deeper and closer to your center. So look into that and see what you think. I think you'll be surprised what a powerful player it is.